Welcome to QGC Network. Today's short story is called Paul's Midnight Mission. There are 8 questions. Remember, this is a fictional story based on a true event. Let's get started.
On a brisk April evening in 1775, the sleepy town of Boston was bustling with whispers of war. In the midst of this, a silversmith named Paul Revere stood tall and alert. His keen eyes always sparkled with mischief, and tonight they were also alight with purpose. A man of many talents and great humour, he was about to embark on a ride that would etch his name into the pages of history. As darkness draped over Boston, Paul received a secret message. The British were marching towards Lexington and Concord, not just for a midnight stroll, but to capture colonial leaders and seize their arms. Paul knew he couldn't let that happen. He whispered to his friend, "The redcoats might come by land or sea, but they'll find it's not so easy to surprise Paul Revere." With a wink to his old horse, whom he affectionately called Misty, Paul set off under the veil of night. The horse seemed to understand the urgency, her hooves striking the cobblestones with a determined rhythm. Paul was not just a rider that night, he was a spark about to ignite a revolution. Riding through the moonlit streets, Paul reached the North Church. He glanced up and saw 2 lanterns glowing in the steeple, a secret signal that the British were coming by sea. "Ah, 2 if by sea. Looks like we're taking the scenic route, Misty," he chuckled, steering his loyal horse towards the river. As they galloped through the countryside, Paul's shadow stretched across the farms like a hero in a child's bedtime story. He stopped at each house, rapping on doors with a coded knock, a whisper and a smile. "Wake up! The redcoats are coming!" His voice carried the thrill of adventure, stirring the hearts of sleepy farmers and their families. The news spread like wildfire, with every lighted window signifying a new ally awakened. At one farm, an old lady poked her head out of the window, squinting at Paul. "The redcoats? At this hour? Surely they could have waited till morning," she exclaimed with a huff before lighting a candle, a small, humorous rebellion in itself. As Paul rode further, the unexpected awaited him. A British patrol out to stop any alarm suddenly blocked his path. "Good evening, gentlemen," Paul greeted them cheerily, as if he were merely out for a midnight ride. With a clever turn and a burst of speed, he and Misty darted down a hidden path, their escape as swift as a whisper in the wind. By the time the sun peeked over the horizon, the countryside was abuzz with militiamen, ready to stand their ground. Paul's ride ended at Lexington, where he finally slowed Misty to a walk. Breathing heavily, he looked back towards Boston, his heart swelling with pride. "We may not know how this will end, Misty," he mused, "but we've given them a fine morning surprise."
I hope you have enjoyed the story. Remember, listening to short stories in English is a great way to improve your pronunciation and overall understanding. Keep up the great work, and I'll see you in the next video.